Hello, YouTube. Welcome to YouTube Exclusive. I know it's been a while. We've got a donation list here, and the request was to look at a list that was done by a fellow content creator. Let's take a look at that request really quick here. Comes into us from Hoodwinked. Hoodwinked went ahead and donated, and Sam's been apparently playing a Marin Moon list since last September. It's like an Izzet Superfriends Ponza list. We're going to go ahead and take a look at that and see if we can go ahead and upgrade it. To throw it out there, we're going to have to be thinking pretty hard, and apparently someone got one of these cool plasma things. Did you know Evan's got one of these too? Maybe go check out his stream and ask as well. But let's see what we can do with this with this Izzet Superfriends list. A little bit of an upgrade here for the donation. Let's see if we can run it for Hoodwinked and Sam. Let's see if we can not really destroy lands, but well, you'll see. Here we have it. It's Superfriends, it's Izzet, and it's Ponza. At least that's what Marin has called it. And we're going to talk a little bit about that choice of words and what we might be renaming it, which just look down below. You kind of see what we're getting at. So the idea, and I went ahead and actually checked out Marin's video, and I'll hopefully link it here. If I don't, I'll definitely have it in the description. The idea here is clear, and it is budget, but that's what she does. So we've got Sea of Claims, Spreading Seas, and Annex. Now, if you're not familiar with all three of these cards, they are very much enchant lands and do something. In particular, most of them make them islands. So we have Sea's Claims, which is basically a Spreading Seas, a little bit cheaper, no draw. We have Spreading Seas, which a lot of people are familiar with. It draws a card, creates the land into an island. Annex steals the land, so it's kind of not really doing the island thing, but it's also not really destroying it. It's just considered a 4-mana ramp for blue. When I was looking at this list and watching the playthrough and stuff like that, obviously there's certain things that worked really well, and there's certain things that I think were hit or miss. And we did just do a skim, so we didn't get the whole league. Go check it out, as I said. But generally, what it looks like this list is attempting to do is make it so hopefully you're not playing against a blue prominent list. Turn all their lands into islands. That's the Ponza style. And then you play a big Superwalker friend of sorts, one of these Planeswalkers, and hopefully win. Now, we obviously are going to look at an upgrade here, but let's just talk about some of the themes that we're going to try to retain in our upgrade. So to me, we have some tap lands, tapping things down. This buys us time, a little bit of tempo. Obviously, we have make everything blue and steel. And then we have this kind of top end. I do love to see a Tameo the Moon Sage here. I do have a few reservations on this, and we'll talk about it in the upgrade. Love the card, though. Obviously, we'll give it a shot at playing. Chandra, Torch of Defiance, and Jace look like your main win conditions, although I do see Sark on here, and everyone's going to go, whoa, wait, Fluffy, you got 3 Awakened Infernos. I love Chandra. Awakened Inferno doesn't do it. It just doesn't do it. Now, there's going to be a little bit of upgrade, but a little bit of competitiveness. Usually, that's the idea of an upgrade. Chandra, Awakened Inferno, great card. I love it. It doesn't win games as much as people think it will. If you resolve an Awakened Inferno, it does. Take Chandra, Awakened Inferno to your EDH game. You may get a little bit of hate, but it's love spread across the table. It does say each opponent. This card, while inevitable in terms of it's going to end the game, it's usually not quick enough, and if your opponent has anything out there that's doing 2 to 4 damage, you're probably not racing. Anyway, back to what we're trying to do. Basically trying to make the Spreading Seas, make them all islands, maybe tap down something else. We even have Encroaching Wastes in here. So that's the general theme. Not going to worry too much about the sideboard. There's counters, there's preventing searches, there's graveyard hate, and artifact hate. So how do we upgrade this? First things first, we're going to try to keep the more island-based theme, maybe a little bit of that tap-down theme. I'm feeling tempo. We're going to try to keep Superfriends here. We're going to upgrade the mana base, and we're going to look at this sideboard a little bit to see if once we make a few adjustments, if there's something that we need to do. maybe in a little bit of a pivot strategy, but also maybe what is our assumed weaknesses of the list. Let's take a look at the upgrade. Here you are. Here's the sneak peek, and there you go. So we did upgrade it. Obviously, it's 500 to about 1,000. That's a substantial upgrade, and we're going to go ahead and talk about these upgrades, but also what were some of the things we considered when looking at these upgrades. So let's put that away. Boop. All right, so what do we do when we're looking to upgrade a list? Obviously, you're going to start to see what's going on here. We talked about land base, talked about generally the spells, but we're also trying to keep the theme. So what is it that we're looking for when we do this? Well, the very first thing that I ended up doing was actually grabbed Thieving Skydiver, because Teamer Ponza, Izzet Ponza immediately went, oh, destroy land, stone rains, boom busts, let's steal land, all of that. And reading this, just wanted to double check the card. It's got to be an artifact, so that's why we needed the liquid metal torp, blah, blah, blah. Generally speaking, this didn't work. Ponza wasn't exactly, in my opinion, what we wanted to do. Ponza obviously means interaction of lands. It's a nickname for the Gruul Ponza lists, the Gruul land destruction lists, and that's what we typically think of. But we are interacting with the lands, but we're doing it in such a way that we're turning them into islands. Obviously, there's Quicksilver Fountain, I believe, which would be a cool way to do islands, but it's not like permanent. We'll just ignore that idea. So we went ahead and got away from Thieving Skydiver and went, okay, what else do we got? Well, we've got Izzet colors. I'm just looking at Planeswalkers because we're doing Super Friends and we kind of skim. One thing that we noted in here, obviously there's Jace and Chandra all over the place, but one thing that wasn't really played was Ral, and we're like, hey, Ral Zarek, he's gonna tap a permanent, then untap, that's perfect. And then realize that it's not necessarily all the time, right? It just happens on the turn. So skim. We obviously knew the Basarchons, we have the Tamiyo. Cool. Were there any extra Planeswalkers? There's Ral, there's maybe other Chandras. Okay, so we've got the Super Friends. We generally probably have what we want. You could play some interesting 3-mana Planeswalkers, and we'll get into that. Final thing that we really did was we just checked, hey, what are tapping permanent things? And we got like Cryptic Command in here. We've got Frost Titan. We obviously have the Fire and Ice. Is there anything else that's spicy here? Ooh, Kiora Best, the Sea God. This one kind of caught my eye here. Gain control of target permanent and opponent controls. Untap it. That's exactly what Annex is kind of doing, except for any permanent. 7 mana was a little bit, but if you want to consider this, maybe something. Going. Ooh, Pestermite. Ooh, okay, Deceiver Exarch. Do we do something with Kiki combo? We're Super Friends. Okay. Tamiyo's in there, obviously. All right. We've got kind of the general things that we're looking at. The last thing that I really did was I went to Goldfish. I grabbed a blue-red Murktide list just to see what it's doing. Considered Murktide, not so Super Friends, but we looked at the land base just to see what was going on there, and then anything commonly played in Modern, specifically looking for things that are in red and blue. And you skim these, you get things like Expressive Iteration, you have the Mystical Disputes, the Dress Downs, obviously counters, Spell and Spell Pierce right now. You keep going though, and you just double check, hey, what is being played? Even a Brazen Borrower, and that's kind of interesting. So we've taken all these ideas, and we are more of a tempo style list because we're trying to tempo out what my opponent can play based on messing with their lands. We're going Super Friends, but we can entertain the idea of maybe a couple creatures here and there. We play a lot of enchantment, so we're not holding up mana, so counter spells may be a little bit weak. And so last thing to consider is that if we really wanted to go crazy Super Friends and just ignore pretty much anything else, one upgrade path would be to take this to Jeskai. Jeskai could give you something like Prismatic Endings and the Solitudes that are played now, but it could give you a Johnny Vengeant, which does a little bit of what Tamiyo does. So let's talk about why some of these cards work, what we've upgraded, and why we haven't changed it. Well, we haven't changed it out of blue-red because it was Izzet Super Friends. But if you wanted to, that could be a super ceiling kind of thing. You change it to a 3-color deck and you go from there. Let's stick to 2. Let's stick to the kind of the enchantments tempo. Let's go to the Super Friends. So what did we upgrade here? So for me, Tamiyo, I'm going to keep a one of in honor of it, but Tamiyo compared to, for example, a Johnny, both tap down something and then they can either Helix for a Johnny or this one draws cards. What's kind of frustrating with Tamiyo is that Tamiyo's emblem doesn't really do much unless you're playing a bunch of counter spells. It says whenever something goes to the graveyard from anywhere, you return it to your hand. Now, it'd be nice to get your planeswalkers back, but spreading seas and seize claims and even annexes typically are probably not heading to the bin. Things like counter spell, expressive iteration, lightning bolts, it's kind of a snapcaster mage deck would work here, but we're going to honor Tamiyo. I do love the Moon Sage here, and we're going to give it a try with tapping down some stuff. So what else have we changed? Teferi, Master of Time, the Master of Time, the 4-mana one, we've cut him completely. We're not so wild and crazy about that Teferi. The phasing out's nice and a good tempo play and drawing. That one maybe could come back in place of Tamiyo, but I like the tapping down here a little bit more. You'll notice we only have one Chandra Awakened Inferno. I'm going to honor Chandra, and I think it could fit in here nicely. After all, if we run into a straight blue list, we may be in a little bit of pain here. And instead of Chandra Awakened Inferno, a bunch of them, we've replaced a few of those as well. A couple Anger of the Gods missing here. And be honest, I'm not remembering what else, but let's talk about the things we've added. So bottom half here is pretty much the same. We have added a couple expressive iterations. This is a sorcery speed. We're playing at sorcery speed. This will kind of help us find that land we may need. It may also help us find something like SC's Claim when we have 3 mana plus something else to play. So this is kind of nice. Might help us find the lightning bolts. One thing I was a little surprised not to see is Narset Parter Avails. Now, sideboard had Ashiok, and this was to prevent searching. Narset here prevents drawing, but it also digs us for spells. I like this card. It seems to fit really nicely into the list, grabbing more or less what we want. Keeping in mind that it does not grab creatures, and we don't have that many creatures. But I cheated a little bit. I've got Fury in here. Oh, Fluffy, why'd you do this? Well, I could upgrade and just slap in Ragavan and Fury as a core component to a red X deck, but we're going to go Super Friends here. I've added 2 Furies here, and this is because sometimes I think you need to remove a few creatures. Anger happens on turn 3 in this list, and what I'm afraid of is Ragavan showing up, and then they just get a few treasure tokens, and then who cares if I seize claims a land? They're going to have whatever colors they want. So Fury is an upgrade here. I wanted to put 4 in. I'm going to put 2 and 2 split here. You probably just bring the other Furies in and continue to upgrade your sideboard to push this to the next level. But let's not make too many changes. Let's upgrade in a more iterative fashion, if you will. I think that's generally what we have. I had 4 Chandras in here. I cut one of them to keep the Tamiyo or to keep the Chandra Awakened Inferno. And I've also thought about Dress to Kill in here as a 1 of or 2 of here to help us get to these 4 and 5 drops that we have because the mana would be nice. It is good with, say, Lightning Bolts to protect itself. You uptick, get that mana Lightning Bolt. All right, so that's generally the main cards. The land base has changed a little bit. I've changed and added a Desolate Lighthouse. I don't think the encroaching was a very good idea, even though it destroys a land. It's like one of the few things that does destroy a land. And instead of doing that, let's find cards that let us draw or filter or things like that. There was a Temple of Epiphany here. I'm not going to worry too much about that. For the most part, I want turn 1, being able to play Seize Claim or Lightning Bolt most of the time. So we've got a bunch of fetch lands and floodeds, polluted, and scaldings, being predominantly blue-based because we want to get an island most of the time. We have a lot of blue in the list. Got a couple Spire Bluff Canals. These could be tap lands potentially in the future. Fiery Islets to draw, Desolate Lighthouses, because really if my opponent doesn't have an extra land, I might not want 2 Seize Claims or a Spreading Seas and a Seize Claim. I might want to cash one of those in and switch it out, hoping to find one of our Planeswalkers. Sideboard, some of the big upgrades are obviously Fury, and we have Brazen Borrower. This gives us a few creatures, even though we're super friends oriented. This is a nice tempo creature, could bounce something. It could also bounce Spreading Seas or Seize Claim to put it on an Urza's Saga. It could bounce a pesky, problematic Planeswalker or something like that. Bounce a creature as well. Fury, I talked about this, good removal. We've upgraded to some Force of Negations and Mystical Disputes. Got a couple of braids here for artifacts, and we've added Prismari Command in the main for artifact removal along with small creature removal. Last thing, I think Teferi could be a problem in the control matchup, so a few Pithing Needles instead of Spyglasses. This is also a quicker spell to get out than the Spyglass. I'm not sure why the difference there, since we're not running Chalice. And a few relics. There was Ashiok. Ashiok, although very nice, prevent the fetch land, prevent my opponent from getting their land that they need. That could be beneficial for sure. I figured that relics going after the graveyard and not worrying about trying to do tricksy things with Ashiok is probably the best way to go here. One thing that you could arguably go with is maybe Blood Moon, 2 of in the sideboard or 2 of in the main board. The idea being you give them all islands and you can kind of make them red mana, and you're trying to just kind of really mess up their mana base and get to your end area with your Planeswalkers. That is a lot thrown at you, a lot more than we do in the typical deck techs. This kind of gives you the idea of where we think it's going to go, tempo-oriented. Hopefully we draw the spells we need when we need them, stop our opponents from playing because we take over their lands, and get some good Planeswalker finishers, or maybe even just throw a Fury down and beat them down in the face. We'll have to find out. Hoodwink, Sam, thank you for your donation. I hope you enjoy the upgrade talk, and I hope you enjoy your league. Let's get into those matches, and let's see how a little Izzet Super Friends Spreading Seas does in Modern. All right, let's begin. Match number 1. Getting this all queued up. Izzet Super Friends with a few Spreading Seas type effects in Modern. Hopefully, Hoodwinked and Sam, you enjoy. We'll try to use that plasma brain that we've got going on now, the energized view. I'm interested to see if we have enough tempo plays and can get to the top end fast enough while not getting overrun by something very small here. No life gain, no super combo preventative cards, at least not in the main deck. A few counterspells sideboard, and hopefully the combos that are played out there. We've seen a lot in the graveyard recently, so that's why the relics are there. Maybe a few Hammer Time lists that I'm not too worried about because of Prismari and Lightning Bolt. We could maybe shut down a few of their white lands as well. We'll see. Gotta see. No Dead Gons either for maybe that possible Murktide, but a couple Jaces could bounce there as well. Not to mention Chandra plus Fury can kill some of the nasty, nasty Murktides. Funny enough, they'd have plenty in blue. They just wouldn't have red to play the other spells they've got. Let's get it going here. Greyhound OG is our first opponent. Let's play some Magic here. Match number 1. And we are on the draw. Good way to start. All right, got a couple things here. Annex is a little slow, but we got the Spreading Seas. We're against a Luris opponent. I think we can at least keep this. Fire and Ice maybe kills a Darcy plus a Ragavan, and we're off to the races here. Blood Crypt, would love to give them an island here. There's the Darcy. Absolutely fine with us. Little Mishra's Bauble as well. We hope this doesn't grow too quickly here. Obviously could. Ooh, a little Voidwalker. All right. That's something else. I don't see a lot of Voidwalkers in the Luris lists as of late. Let's go ahead and do a Steam Vents tapped past turn. One could hope they're Jund, not Grixis, and then the Spreading Seas is even that much better. We're probably going to do a Fire, though, as our first spell this game. Let's see if they start stealing stuff. Dragon Skull, Summit, and Blood Crypt. Interesting combination of cards. Does a Thoughtseize us? So to me, they'll take the Fire and Ice. We'll probably just be doing Spreading Seas here. Currently, they have 3 types in the graveyard. Thoughtseize hasn't hit there yet. Kroxa hits, and now we have 4 type. No, 3 types still. Dothy's a creature. Well, if they take what I think they're going to, which is the Fire and Ice, I might get to Spreading Seas, a land, followed by Prismari, followed by Annex. They might also fire off like a bolt here, and then they get in for 6. That would be kind of rough. Luckily, it looks like they're just going to attack me for 1. I'll take my 1. Happily. Okay. Well, another bonus spreading seas. Not really any reason to hold back here. They know what's up. We'll go ahead and spreading seas, and let's go ahead and take care of the blood crypt here. Draw a card. All right, Spire Bluff. Right on time. We can use that next. They don't know about these 2 cards. This does stop Croxa and actually stops Voidwalker. Well, it did until that card. We can keep Luris kind of at bay as well here. Another Thoughtseize. Surveil. Maybe they take the Spreading Seas because they're worried that I'm going to keep hitting their lands. Maybe they take the Prismari command here. Unholy Heat hits the bin. We've got a 3/3 across from us now. Bolts are in our list. We can get rid of that Darcy, hopefully. Takes Chandra. It's our win condition. Attacks for 3. All right, we're going to take some damage here for a few turns. Fingers crossed we can slow them down and get rid of the 1 card that matters here. Opponent goes to end step. All right. This is a good card. I think I'm still going to go ahead and Spreading Seas here. We play the Spire Bluff Canal because it comes into play tapped if I don't next turn. We may be playing Narset, shocking in, trying to find Bolt and trying to get rid of this. Doing the Spreading Seas here, hopefully to just keep them off of double black, double red. Not much double red in the list, but this worries me a little. I don't need them to have another creature, right? Cool. We get a land. It does hurt us when we tap for it, but we don't have to shock in. So that could be useful here. We could also just steal the last land here. And my opponent hasn't played anything blue yet, so my gut tells me they're just red-black Luris at this point. Hopefully, they just have a bunch of Voidwalkers in their hand or something. You know? What do you got for us, opponent? We're making this difficult for you, I know. Man, I'm afraid to take 6 and then potentially a Bolt. The Narset doesn't guarantee to find Bolt, but stealing the red-black land here would stop like a top deck Ragavan or something. This is okay. They have double black now. Puts Luris to hand. All right, so Luris is in hand. There's another Narset. So we can leave up for... We could leave up. And if we leave up, we can prevent the Luris with the Prismari command. What I could also do is just take the Dragon Skull Summit here with the Annex. And that ramps me a little bit. Probably makes Narset a little bit easier to cast. Let's go ahead and let's go that route. That's, you know, we're trying to enchant lands here. If my opponent happens to drop another land here, they'll probably get to be able to play Luris. This is probably a Bolt. We are walking on the edge. That is for sure here. This land becomes tapped, so we don't get the value out of it. Okay, so we've kind of done what this list is trying to do. The question is, can we find a removal for here? This is the small creature that's beating us down. And have we prevented enough things from my opponent that we could possibly turn the game around here? Opponent finds another land. And so if we would have hit this, they would have had double black anyway through this. So what do we got here? We could Prismari command, shoot Luris, and do something with that. I guess luckily they can't like Voidwalker after. It's a bonus here. If they have 2 bolts, they win. Really thinking that I'm going to be doing the Narset this coming turn. Narset try to find Bolt or something. I might Prismari commands to try to find it and kill Luris while they bobble here. It's probably our best bet now. Kill Luris, draw discard, right? And try to find the Bolt for this. It's kind of interesting. At this point, the Dragon Rage Channeler is killable, but they'll use the bobble. Can guarantee it. There may be some value to bring in a few relics. We are seeing Croxa here as well in the graveyard. Darcy, Croxa, Luris. A couple relics may not hurt us. Urborg to the bin. Urborg is a good one for them. Okay. We find on the top of the library another land. Stealing card. All right. Let's Prismari. 2 damage, then draw 2, discard 2. So 2 damage to Luris, draw 2, discard 2. Trying to find a Bolt, which we failed to find. I could go to 2 here. Get rid of Steam Vents. Get rid of Spire Bluff. Go to 1 with the Scalding Tarn. I'm not playing Narset this turn. I'm probably not playing Annex, so we probably cantrip this. In that case, let's get rid of Spire Bluff plus. Let's do the Annex. Let's go ahead and cantrip here. Trying to find Bolt. All right, so I found the Fury. And this is where pitch Fury and we'd be in pretty good shape. I'm going to have to go to 2 here. If they have a Dashing Monkey, we lose. But next turn, I should be able to kill whatever they play here. Wow, Den of the Bugbear is not a bad card to see for them. That's very difficult for me to deal with. But I can block it with a Fury. I have a feeling they have an Unholy Heat or something. Can I get a Bolt, please? Need a Bolt. Lucky for us, they can't Croxa back right now. Makes red and makes Grixis colors. Red and black. Oh, they have K command. That works. All right. We're going to draw. There's our Lightning Bolt. And then we play Narset into play and look at the top 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can get the Seize Claim, nail the Den. In decent shape. So we have what we need. Have what we need. So I think this is unfortunately one of those. I feel like Fury's got to come in, maybe a pair of relics, maybe another, and the Abrades. The idea being for the most part that this stuff is going to come in when we have that more aggressive style of list. We're not going to get to the Awakened Infernos. Tamiyo's probably not going to happen either. So that's your quick 2 Furies. And then I think the relics need to come in this Abrade. And we need to be looking at... It's a little bit tough to say. Because obviously our Spreading Seas and Seize Claim, that's the idea. I'm going to take an Annex out. I'm going to take a... Fire and Ice does shoot stuff down. That's kind of nifty. Let's take 2 Annexes out for 2 Abrades. And then let's get 2 of the relics in. Let's take 1 Narset out, because it'll be a little bit hard to use Narset and then play the spell. And then let's take out 1 Prismari command as well. So the relics are coming in. They're a draw. They're going to keep graveyards in check as well. I could bring in 1 more relic as a expressive iteration or an Annex here. Let's go ahead and take one last annex out. We're gonna cut some of this. So we're cutting. This is the 4 cards we're cutting that are land based, and we're gonna be bringing in some more heat, if you will. They haven't really seen any of this. They think we're just annex, spreading seas, seize claims, shenanigans. Opponent can play a land and play something, so our seize claims and stuff aren't as powerful. But we're going to keep those as they're the cheaper spells. All right, we can keep this. Bolt into seize claim or ice fire is definitely not bad. I want to say I start with Scalding Tarn here, but I could start with Steam Vents or Fiery Islet. Opponent mulls to 5. Trying to make sure they have enough lands, probably. I think I'm going to just shock into Steam Vents. Say go. Say go. Fetching or the Fiery Islet using a Bolt and then a Seize Claim is 2 damage. Play a creature. Play a creature. It's not a creature. It's not a creature. All right, Seize Claim's going away here, almost certainly. We're probably just going to immediately tempo them with the ice. Do that in my opponent's upkeep step. Fury's not a bad one. Let's go ahead and get that ice going. I like the tap down, draw a card. The nice tempo play. Keep them at 1 mana for a turn. It's a relic. Got the bolt plus relic going on. Looks good. Work our way up to this Fury. There's a Darcy. Probably worth killing with the lightning bolt. It's tough to say that I really care about it that much. The Surveil is going to give them some benefits here. Maybe I do kill it immediately. Maybe I just worry about keeping the graveyard in check. Probably okay to now just spreading seas. Don't worry about the lightning bolts. Take a new draw. Play the relic. Keep them off double black. Looking pretty good here. Let's go ahead and snag that Inquisition pass turn. So a little bit of value my opponent's going to get. We're looking pretty okay, though. Double Fury here. Not even going to worry about cashing it in. This is their opportunity to dash in a monkey if they've got one. And we've taken 1 land offline. Here we go. Could have a K command, get rid of the relic. It's oh well. It's whatever. Oh, mountain. Dashed monkey, all right. This is kind of what we thought might happen to us. This is fine. There's a Fury. They won't cast that. I kind of don't need an extra Fury here. This does give them the double black. Really not feeling too concerned right now. This Darcy's going to always be really small. We hit the extra Scalding Tarn. We're going to be casting Furies. We can cash in Relic or just hold on to Relic here. It's feeling good. Dash and Monkey again. I got the Lightning Bolt for instant speed removal. I'm feeling like we're going to go to a game 3, but let's not call it early. Turok. Okay, in response to Turok here, I'm going to go ahead and Lightning Bolt. The reason I want to do this, and I think I want to actually draw with Relic here. I want to keep these Furies in my hand. Because the last thing I really need is to lose the Fury. So I'm going to draw here. There's an extra lightning bolts. I'm going to hold on to this one. It's a fine removal. All right, we lost it, but we kept both Furies. We did lose our land, unfortunately. But if I top deck a land here, we'll be in great shape. Opponent attacks for 1. Come on, land. Come on, land. Nice. Perfect land. As we drew it up, right? As we drew it up. 1 Fury down. Let's clear the board. Pow pow. 1 card in my opponent's hands. And if it's another creature, we'll Fury it away and start attacking. Looking good, looking good. Den of the Bugbear. Lurrus to hand. Lurrus to hand. Lurrus and an unknown card here. Do I steal a black source here? I think I actually do. So let's steal a black source and pass the turn. The idea here is that they can't actually boot up Den unless they have a land, and they can't play Lurrus here. Oh, okay. So will they 1, 2, 3, and then they could dash in a monkey? Then I can play Fury and continue to attack them, and I have a defending Fury. It's gonna be interesting. Or do they want Den and attack? Can't be Den and attack, right? It's gotta be good old Lurrus. I think it's monkey dash here. They could also want it as a blocker for Fury, and they might just play Darcy, which is fine too. I could see a reason to have that. They dash monkey though. Let's hope they don't hit Bolt. Please don't hit Bolt. Please don't hit Bolt. I'm at 7. Oh my gosh. You know how good that would have been for us? Fury, kill this, have the Bolt, attack for 6, presenting lethal. Now we don't. Now we don't. What a great pickup for them. Okay, well, we find a relic. So that does do stuff. Let's go ahead and cast a Fury, get rid of Lurrus. I'm going to go to 6 here and play the relic. Pass turn. Now I have a few extra draws here. I'm worried about their own Unholy Heat Bolt, but I guess it has to be a Bolt because Unholy Heat's not online. Definitely blocking if a monkey comes dashing. I need another removal for monkey. I can't believe they hit my Bolt. We had it. We had it until that showed up. This is what, a 3-2? Okay. There's monkey. They did not dash it in. I like that. I'm gonna be cantripping this and probably this opponent. Hit me with whatever you got. Okay, a couple 1/1s. Fire and ice would be fine here. We got more. Turok decides not to play whatever that last card was. All right, land is a no-go. Let's cantrip Fiery Islet first. Okay, let's cantrip Relic. Seize Claim Den of the Bugbear. And play a tap land. I believe I have to just stay back on defense because them attacking me for 3 is very dangerous. At least they don't get Den here and get to attack and get 4 or 5 damage in because of this, and the token. So we did stop that. Unholy Heat does not kill this. we Toroking to get rid of this last card? It feels kind of like it. I feel like they hesitated last turn for that Turok. Yeah. This is Turok. Cool. All right. It's a 3-2 Turok because I discard one card here. We need a good whammy off the top. Fury would be a good whammy. Notice that I'm calling for Fury a lot because the distribution here. You could be looking at Angers, and there were 2 to 4 of those as well, but Fury presents something that gets to start attacking as well. She's all right. Okay. Chandra down tick here. Wonder if I'm supposed to attack. Let's make sure the Turok is out of here. I'm so afraid to attack here. We're going to pass one more time. My opponent is having to top deck just like us. They have to swing in here to kill the Chandra. That's fine. We block Ragavan and then attack. It's another swamp. They have all their colors. I bet they have like Inquisition or Thoughtseize. All right, you got to kill this, right? So we'll block Ragavan. If it's an Inquisition or Thoughtseize, I could see them actually using that to go ahead and surveil. We're not going to probably hold on to anything in our hand. Two creatures in the yard. Opponent considers the spell in their hand. And are we going to play it? The answer is no. All right, that's a good one. Let's attack for 6 here, pass turn. I think I can kind of wait for this. They could also attack with this. I go to 5 and I'm like, okay, that's all right. Dashing Monkey. This is very interesting. If I let Dashing Monkey hit me and I kill this, I could win. I'm going to 4. They hit any creature here, though. I'm kind of toast, right? Kind of toast, right? So do we let this hit me or not? It's just another creature. Then this attacks. What if it's like Unholy Heat over there? That's not that scary. What could they hit? They have 4 mana here. Fire, Ice, and then have Bolt. They have Bolt here. I'm going to let it hit me. Monkey's not going to steal another good spell here. It's going to go over a land. Oh, an island. All right. Blank. And I'm at 4. Healthy 4. Two damage to any target. Target player creates a treasure. So 2 damage. Target player makes a treasure. That last card has to be something that kills Fury. Or flickers this somehow. Ephemerate off the treasure token. All right. Took a risk there. We weren't hitting too much anyway. Bunch of lands. Not bad, though. We survived. Only just, though. Kind of looking at these Brazen Borrowers. They do hit the spells up in the sky. The Prismari command also maybe should be considered a little bit more here, with Monkey being a little bit of a problem. The Annex was interesting. It did get me a land, and that was beneficial. But being on the play doesn't matter as much as maybe Prismari on the play. I think it's going to have to be Prismari. We're looking very, very blue-red with a different, like, instead of thought seizes and like Grixis or prismatic endings, we're playing these spreading seas. I think we're good. I think we're going to keep the expressives. I'm looking at the Brazen Borrower because it would block a Darcy, and a Darcy is a problem card for us. But we got the relics. Let's lean on the relics more than the Brazen Borrowers. It's not like we're going to Brazen Borrower and then Petty Theft and then counter. All right. Well, you kind of want to do it, and you kind of don't. I think we have to mulligan this, even though I like all the spreading seas and it could be fun. We are on the draw. My opponent's going to get to 2 mana first. We need removals. This hand looks good-ish. We're going to get rid of 1 Sea's Claim here for 2 removal spells. The only problem being a lot of pain in this hand. But removal is nice here. I do appreciate a removal. We may need it. Darcy. Kind of tempted to Seize Claim here. I know Monkey could hit me then, but let's go for it. I'm not planning to Lightning Bolt for some reason. My brain just doesn't say I should do that. Let's take them off the red land. Maybe they kept the 1-lander here. I think it's rare they kept 7, but stranger things have happened. Okay, and Dash and Monkey. Maybe they play another Darcy. Maybe a Darcy and they can't Thoughtseize now. They don't have black. We're doing the thing. Oh, look at that. Reading the minds of my opponents. Okay. So, do I kill both of these or do I nail this land too? I kind of want to get really greedy here and nail the land. I also think to just fire both of these gives me so much time. Let's just do it. I mean, it's rare that I'm going to get to fire both of these. And they can't bolt me or anything crazy at instant speed here, so creature's gone. Let's move on. I don't care if 1 monkey hits me. I care if 2 monkeys hit me. Oh, that's a great Spreading Seas target. Especially if they make like double black here and they get Void Walker and we top deck a land. Even if this is Croxa. Okay, Dashing Monkey here. Does its thing. Okay. We miss an island, unfortunately. We kind of want that island, actually. All right. I'm going to risk hitting the Graven Cairns to draw a land here. We miss. Pass turn. We are making it awkward for them. That being said, the monkey can hit me again. We're probably going to have to hold up Lightning Bolt this next time. We're taking a little too much damage from monkey in our lands. Really trying to make the black mana really painful for them, though. I assume it's Dash Monkey and you have 2 treasure tokens. Oh, they use a treasure token. Interesting they use a treasure token to dash this in. I like that for us. I think that's a mistake on their part. Scalding Tarn, I would like that land. Thank you. And they bounce us back to hand. All right. Land, please. There we go. All right. Let's all right, we're gonna go 1 more here on the Spreading Seas because I'm taking care of their red land. They have to use the treasure if they want to dash, and I've got the Lightning Bolt now. Finding an extra land here is good for us. We're at 9. I think we're turning the corner here, though. My opponent is mono blue. We can ice down this land as well next turn if we so choose. Puts Luris to hand? Puts Luris to hand. All right. A relic. Okay. I don't feel like I need to ice now. I can just relic here, pass the turn, let them burn to get a Luris into play. We have a lot of removal, so if they go Thoughtseize, we're fine here too. We'll just slowly eat their graveyard. All right, we get the tempo here. We got to avoid some bolts probably to face, but we got the tempo going. We need a Planeswalker probably now. I need to try not to use these Fiery Islets too much more unless I'm drawing. Red and black here again. Dashing Monkey. Uses a Bobble as well. Trying to think if I want to just use the Abrade here so the Bolt is better. I think I'm going to just try to keep... I try to keep my life total high here. Man, let's just do this. Let's just Abrade it. We can ice this down pretty easily as well. Make sure you use your relics. Use them relics. Yield to the Bobble. 4 minutes 50 on my opponent's clock. Another Fiery Islet. It's a little bit dangerous for us. Thinking upkeep, we're going to go ahead and ice. Keep things on the up and up here. Remember, we don't have counter spells, so it's a Steam Vents. That's good for us. The Den of the Bugbear. It's a little bit more frightening. I don't think I can go to 6. Let's play tap land this turn. Continue to use Relic. Have Bolt for the Den of the Bugbear. We have a main phase stop on my opponent's turn. This is rough if they have a Thoughtseize. But then if they Thoughtseize me, they need another land for the Den. Kind of hoping they just boot it up. Well, they're not booting it up. They're doing something else. Paying 3 for whatever it is. K-Command? K-Command, I cycle the Relic. Might even cycle a Fiery Islet at this point. It is not painful to do that if you use one of these. Discards a card. Deals 2 damage to any target. They're doing 2 damage to me. Let's go ahead and cycle the Relic here before K-Command hits. Cycle 1 more card. Should be relatively safe. Okay. Let's get rid of... I think it's going to be Prismari Command. I'm at 5. I don't like being at 5 here. 5 is dangerous. All right, we're going to Expressive here, trying to find Seize Claim. Hey, look, we found Seize Claim. All right. Hand is Steam Vents. Bottom is Abrade. Exile Sea Claim. Let's go ahead and Seize Claim. Let's go ahead and Spreading Seas. And hold Bolt up with 4 life. You see why we kind of have to do this. We have to avoid bolts. We have to avoid dashing monkeys. Okay, they got an Urborg. Now they have a bunch of swamps. They're blue-black. This is... Oh. Tap the other. You need black. What sucks here is I think I have to go to 3 now if they're playing a Turok. I think I've got to. And just hope I don't discard specifically here. Want to keep the expressive. Oh, magic is with us. Okay, that would work. I'm kind of dying to whatever, so let's get a Chandra going. Up we go. Damage. Over Scalding Tarn. I need them to miss red mana. No red mana. What is this? Luris plus Turok here. It's not very good for us. Inquisition. Okay. Expressive Iteration would have been nice to cast, but it's not happening. Luris and then play Turok out of the yard. Got a couple draws to find an answer to all of these pesky creatures. They're having to play the mono black version of their list. It's kind of funny and silly all at the same time. All right, Relic doesn't do it. Let's cantrip one of these. Seize Claim does not do it either. So let's go ahead and cantrip one more time. Another Chandra is not bad. Okay, so let's go ahead and kill Luris as that kills me. Seize claims the black source, so my opponent hopefully doesn't discard me. And Relic. Go ahead. I'll go to 1. I'll go to 1. Unless you want to kill Chandra. Oh, Den of the Bugbear. All right, they have red now. It's not good for us. I assume I'm going to 1. Send me to 1. Send me to 1. What is this? 1, 2, 3. 3 spreading 3s, 3 seize claims. It's not really good for us. Sends me to 1. I like that play, opponent. I'm not too sure what I could do here. I could top deck, I guess, a spreading seas. It's a red source too. Oh, snap. I just top decked the spreading seas. All right, up for mana here. 3, 4. This is Chandra. Keep new Chandra. Down tick Chandra. Spreading seas on the red source. Let's play some more magic, opponent. I can't play that. Oh, we're playing more We're playing more magic. I can guarantee you I'm probably cantripping the Relic at this point. Oh, maybe not. They paused. I mean, I guess this doesn't activate, but the bolt kills me. That's why we have to do that. Oh, we're playing magic. No, Badlands. All right, up. Nothing. Cantrip. Okay. That's decent. That's decent. Treasure token plus draw discard probably. I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. All right. Let's do target player draws 2 cards and discards 2, and target player creates a token. That's me. Get rid of these. Bolt is okay. It's not really finished. Ooh. All right. 1, 2, 3. Start with an Narset. Start with an Narset. Seize Claim and a Jace. There we go. We're going to play Jace here, and I'm going to Fate Seal. Is it a red land? No. Use Jace ability? No, you may have the Inquisition. Here we go. At 1 life, 1 minute to go. F6 through the turn. Just an Inquisition on the top. No red sources. Black sources, think I have to accept. No red sources. Ooh, extra bolt. Okay. Let's do Narset first. Fire and Ice or a new Jace. Let's take Jace here in case this Fate Seal has to go down. Oh, it's a tapped black source. Let's say yes. Let's play new Jace and check the top card again. I need to buy myself a little more time, I think. No, black source. To the bottom you go. Up we go. Damage. Pass turn. Oh gosh. Unknown card. Double Jaced. Went through 2 lands. Oh, double Jace, good. Narset already paying off. Unholy Heat. Okay, let's go. Looking. Thoughtseize. You may have. Damage. I want to cast this. New Narset. Oh, that's worth the win. Good upgrades. Everything playing well. Narset's digging here. We're going to look 4 more. Lightning Bolt is what we're going to pick up. Is that the kill? No, I already upticked here. 3, 6, 9, 10. I mean, it's a kill next turn, and we know it's a Thoughtseize. Match 1 complete. Woo! Tough one, though. Let's see if we can continue this into match 2. This is it's an interesting list. That it is. I feel like we've done it. Upgrade complete. Whether or not the upgrade will hold, we'll find out. Just enough spreading seas and seize claims just in the nick of time as well to make sure that things did not bolt us. We avoided a bolt sitting at 1 life for quite some time. Prismari dug us a little bit. Narset found us kind of what we needed. Jace keeping the Fate Seal going. I'm glad I did double Jace. I mean, I guess, like I said, the black source probably would have been okay, but we didn't want to unlock anything. Match 2 here. Let's see if we can keep it rolling. Let's play some more Magic. I'm hyped. Need to focus. Uh-oh, Tron Walker. I hope they're playing Tron. I believe in Marin's video, they played against Tron. The hope is that if they're playing Tron, that they're not playing Blue Tron. But we'll find out. Little Tameo here, a little Spreading Seas. We're going to keep. They're on the play. Let's do it. Let's do it. A couple Narsets here, too. All right, we do need to find our next land. I think I can take the upkeep stop off for a bit. For a little bit. This is where like the Force of Negation and even the Mystical Dispute could be beneficial. We need to maybe buy time when they play Tron and then counter something. You could even argue maybe the Mystical Disputes should just be straight counterspell. Think about it. Okay. There's an Expedition map. They went and got mine, I believe. So let's go ahead and hit one of these. I'm going to hit the mine, draw a card. Love a land. Need to keep those going. Good. All right, we're in a little bit of a pickle here if they drop like mine or tower here, but they're going to use Expedition map and probably play whatever. So we'll be a little bit in the dark. This is a great opportunity, though, to use Narset and use Narset to grab like a Seize Claim or another Spreading Seas, dodge a bullet, and maybe we'll be off to the races. If we fail to dodge this bullet, though, it's going to be painful. Okay. It's not exactly what I wanted to see. Let's go ahead and put the Narset down. So my opponent's going to have about 5 life here. We hit the Spreading Seas. A bunch of lands we missed as well. Fury plus Lightning Bolt possibly could kill a Planeswalker here. We'll see what they have. Obviously, I'm going to probably Spreading Seas the mine that they have coming here because Spreading Seas the mines is good. That's what they're having to keep fetching for. And so if they have less of those, the idea is they have less of them in the library. The Annex might actually stay in this game because stealing lands from Tron is not ever a bad idea either. All right, 5 mana. They can't cantrip a whole bunch, so that's good for us. Okay, Sphere. They can't cantrip because Narset doing double duty here. What a Walking Ballista. All right, I can kill the Walking Ballista and take care of a land. All right. We're doing something. I think I activate this too. It's tough to say though. If I activate... What if I do this instead? Like down tick, right? Down tick to go get something. No, I got a Spreading Seas here. Right? Or am I stealing a land? What if I stole tower, down tick here, and use this? It's kind of interesting. I could also Spreading Seas here. Maybe I should just do Narset here. I think I need to not be too crazy. One draw is not great. Let's go ahead and look. So we hit an Annex. We have a Fire and Ice here and a Jace. I have a follow-up as well here. Is this just like a Spreading Seas, you know, ice them kind of turn? Then Annex next turn? That seems pretty good. Let's take that. Let's go ahead and Spreading Seas. I can deal with this Walking Ballista, right? Maybe I just fire it off now. We have an upkeep. All right. Let's go ahead and exile a Lightning Bolt here. I'm going to ice them, and I'm going to ice the tower. Let's kill the Walking Ballista. Shoots Narset, shoots me. Okay. This looks great. This looks really great. Let's go ahead and ice the tower. Maybe they cantrip. That would be fine. We're just trying to make it so that if they played and all, they're not getting anything crazy. Maybe they want the green. That's true. Maybe they want the green mana here. Now I'm going to steal the tower. I'm so evil. Steal or tap down. Maybe it's time. Oh, they played another tower. Oh. Oh, opponent. Now what do we have? New Walking Ballista. I don't want that to get out of range from the Fire Ice. I guess I can ice. I feel like I need to annex a tower. 1, 2, 3, 4 then. If I annex a tower, I don't get to do this. But I can ice it as well. I could Spreading Seas over here. 4, 5. Then they have 6 maybe. All right. Let's Spreading Seas. Take a draw. See what we get. An island. Tap land. And let's go ahead and fire. You know what? I mean, it's 5. I'm going to fire now. That way I kill the Walking Ballista. I have this weird, like, they're just going to get it. And then I can annex a land away from them. Hopefully they don't have 6 mana and just play Wormcoil Engine. Uh-oh. Maybe it's 6 mana and they don't have... Yeah, there we go. All right. We're looking good now. 3, 4. Let's go ahead and annex power plant. they tap it, then I don't get to play Narset, but if they leave it untapped, I think I go ahead and play this Narset. Let's take another Annex here. Pass turn. I'm going to steal all your stuff. Oh, Forest. Oh, crap. Karn Great Creator. Okay. Got a Prismari command that can kind of mess with that. What do you got, like a Pithing Needle or something? I'm liking the Prismari command now. Main decked, it's good. Okay. I really want to steal that Forest. Liquid Metal Coating. Karn's a little bit of a problem, unless I get a Bolt here or a Fury maybe off the top. Oblivion Stone. All right, Oblivion Stone is 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. It needs 5 to pop. 3 and 5 to pop. Let's start with Narset. We have Annex, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I just take, man, Lightning Bolt's over here too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I take 1. That's 5, 6, 3, 8. I Lightning Bolt this and Annex a land. It's Lightning Bolt Karn. 1, 2, 3, 4. Annex the Forest. 1, 2, 3, 4. They didn't tap it, so now I'll just play Chandra. Is this Super Friends enough for anybody? Pass turn. Okay, we know about Stone. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2. And I have Prismari command to tap that and Tamiyo to tap down a land that they tap here. We're making it happen. Sphere, Narset protects. Nice green mana. O-Stone, got an answer for that. Okay, uptick Chandra first. Let me find a Bolt. I'm gonna save my mana. I'm not gonna count it. I'm too lazy. Let's cantrip here. I should have done this first, and then let's go ahead. Target player draws 2 cards and discards target player. So target player and destroy Stone. Get rid of this. Get rid of the fire and ice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tamiyo. Keep a tower tap down. Pass turn. I like it. Ah, they hit a power. There's this power plant. Okay. All right. Cantrip first. Cantrip, uptick here. We got a spreading. So spreading sees the power plant. Uptick here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They get to 6. Uptick Chandra. New Chandra, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 6. Big Chandra. Uptick. Have a gift. Pass turn. Oh, this is too much fun. All right. Uptick this Tamiyo. That's pretty typical. Uptick Chandra giving the gift. Let's go ahead and let's Desolate Lighthouse here. Works. Emblem feels pretty safe here. Oops. Seize Claim on this tower. Blast him. Double gift. I'm at 7. What a ride. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They can have 7 mana here. What an absolute ride here. And they do. Oh, it's a blast zone too. And I say 7. One of it's tapped already. They have 6 mana here. I hope you're enjoying the Salmon Hoodwinked. If you're not, I don't know what to tell you. This is hilarious. Lasso maybe up to 2 here. This way they can get rid of all the spreading seas and have so much mana. All right. So I hit a Fury. That should win it. But just for a good measure here, let's go ahead and use Desolate here. Play our land, keep things tapped down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good old Fury. Blast them. Pass the turn. Take a bolt. Take a bolt to the face. Let's go to game number 2. All right. Force and negations feel pretty decent. Furies are potentials here. Braids are maybes, and Brazen Borrowers could be a possibility here. Pithing Needles are maybes as well. All right. A lot of maybes. A lot of maybes here. We got the good game very unique. Thanks, Marin. Thanks, Sam. Thanks, Hoodwinked. This is nothing that I've created. Or maybe it is. All right, so Tamio did some stuff there. There we go. There we go. Mare Moon to donation to upgrade to me now. There you go. That's what happened. That's what happened. All right. Is Jace very good in this matchup? Could be. Could be. Narset was like stellar. Prismari Command pretty decent too. That probably makes it so the braids are a no need. I could probably just cut the bolts and go forces, 1 pithing, 1 brazen borrower. That doesn't seem so bad. I think Chandra and Jace are our win conditions here. We can use Expressive Prismari and then all of the land frustrations that we create to our advantage here. I don't even think this Awakened Inferno is really needed. Let's bring the extra Pithy Needle in. And this way I could name like Map or O-Stone or something like that, or Blast Zone. These are problematic cards. Play Blast Zone has 3 mana and we've used Seize Claims. Wouldn't be good. Wouldn't be good. Let's roll. Uh-oh. Really fun hand if I find the land. Opponent's mulligan to 6. I have 2 draws to find a land. Oh, Hoodwinked and Sam, you're going to hate me. I'm going to keep it. I'm on a high. I'm going to hit that blue land. Please. If I get the 1 land too, I'm drawing a lot as well, so. Oh, wait. We got Serum Powder. Woo! Woo! Oh, Blast Zone's gone. Well, I assume they have more than 1. 2 Power Plants. So if we see Power Plant, that's what we want to hit. This isn't good for them. They mulligan to 5 now. Oh, no. Oh, no. Don't do this. Good luck, opponent. All right, we see 2 Power Plants. Map. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Another tower. Ugh. Ugh. All right, we're going to Fire Ice. I'm hoping they get Power Plant here. If they can get a Power Plant for me, then I will Fire Ice. It's a mine. All right, maybe I do Spreading Seas here. Oh, we're hitting the lands. We're hitting the lands. Island. Let's just Spreading Seas. Draw another card. Okay, what do we draw? Ooh, Brazen Borrow is not bad either. A little bouncy, bouncy. Do they control these? No, I control them. All right, upkeep. Got the mine. We're obviously not slowing them down totally here. Another map. Man, that Pithy Needle on Expedition map would have been everything. I think it's going to be a Fire and Ice here. This has got to be the power plant. We know 2 are in exile, so this would be a great one to hit. We've hit 2 towers, so they have only 2 towers, and they'll only have 1 power plant left to get Tron. And I don't know if they have another blast zone. They might only have the 1 utility. 1 utility, and we might got it. Yeah, it's got to be Fire and Ice here. What do you got for me on the map? There's the power plant. That's what I want. Just going to pass the turn. And like I said, I'm going to probably upkeep Fire and Ice here. We'll give them blue mana. We're a nice person here. Hits the land. That's good for us. We'll have 6 through the turn. No actions. There's the power plant that I want. This stopped Karn. Great creator as well. Walking Ballista for 1. Not too worried about that card. Spreading Seas power plant. What I could have done is Chandra uptick and Fire and Ice, but knowing my luck, they'd have the tower. Okay. This is kind of interesting. I have the Prismari command that can kill the Walking Ballista if I wanted it to. I also have the Fire and Ice that could kill it. My opponent will have 4 mana here. I'm going to give them this 4 mana. They have Karn. I don't think I care that much about Karn. I can Fury it away. Oh, they have the other power plant. Okay. So they found both power plants. If they go to pump Walking Ballista here, I'll just Fire and Ice it. There's a Ratchet Bomb. It's kind of annoying. Prismari command takes care of both of those. Man, maybe I'm not doing anything here. I got fetch. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fetch. Fetch, Chandra, uptick, Prismari command. I'm a little nervous of Tron, but they only have two cards in their hand. Let's go ahead and get our Steam Vents. I have to deal with the Ratchet Bomb, obviously. If I don't deal with the Ratchet Bomb, they get the Urza's Tower unlocked. So I think it's going to have to be... a little bit of Chandra Prismari command goodness here. And feign a big ouchie right here. Alright, so we're going to deal 2 damage and... destroy. So 2 damage and destroy. Oops. Gotta tap all my stuff right. That way we have an active Chandra here. My opponent has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana, potentially 6. They shoot Chandra. If it's Karn the Great Curator and a Pithy Needle, I can at least get rid of the Pithy Needle and then get rid of Karn. Gotta avoid that extra tower. Oh, don't be Ugin. Don't be Ulamog. Just be a big Walking Ballista. I'll take it. I'll take it. Oh, don't be Ugin. Ugin down tick for 4. Ooh, everything we've done. Wormcoil is fine. All right, I will take a Wormcoil. Oh, Spreading Seas too. Okay. Okay. Let's uptick. Let's Spreading Seas the other power plant. Take a draw. Spire Bluff Canal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can't ice. I could have iced if I played Fire Islet. I'm going to probably leave Brazen Borrower here to bounce Worm Coil Engine during attacks. I have 1 card plus a draw step. How bad could it be? How bad could it be? Very bad. Very bad. Oh, Forest, okay. It's got to be Chandra, right? Gotta give Chandra some love over here. Yep. Okay. Bounce. They'll probably just replay it, which means the ice now has to tap that down. We're trying to get this Chandra to infinity and beyond here. Uh-oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Worm Coil plus something. We'll have full information here. Karn and Ugin are not castable right now, which is something. Annex would be actually a really good draw here because it can ice the Worm Coil and steal a land. I guess I steal like a power plant or something. In a way, I almost want to steal the power plants because if I steal both of these, then if my opponent does get a blast zone, it's really not that scary. Ooh, the liberated one. Oh boy. All right. The liberated one. Okay. There's Worm Coil. Okay. So, what can I do? I can down tick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Fury and ice them. Then if I down tick, they have 2 3/3s. I can kill 1, but 1 gets through, and Chandra is history. I could also just play Fury and take an uptick here. If I take the uptick, Fury is blocking here. I tap down a land so that Karn doesn't show up. It's no guarantee. All right, let's start with a fetch. I feel like I'm supposed to uptick with this Chandra. Pithing Needle. Well, that changes everything. Pithing Needle, named Karn, liberated. Woo! Okay. And now I could ice the Worm Coil. And we can tag in a Brazen Borrower if I wanted to. Okay, that was good. That's good. Oh, beginning of combat. I almost skipped it. Oops, not fire. Let's ice it. Ice draws me a card too. I might cantrip a Fiery Islet at this point. Ooh. All right, I want a lot of mana actually. Sphere. Okay. Cantrips the Sphere. What else? 1, 2. Ancient Stirring. So we'll still have full information here. It's good. Little afraid of what they could get here, but you know, just gotta go with it. Oh, Walking Ballista keeps Chandra in check. Okay. It's only a 2/2 though, so Fury actually is a nice block to the Walking Ballista. I'm not going to play the Brazen Borrower now. And I'm not going to cantrip. Okay. Still wouldn't hate an Annex. All right, land. Let's do fetching first. This is just thinning the library as much as we can. I'm going to get a little more red this time. I believe we go up with the Chandra still. So let's start there, or do we expressive? Maybe expressive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, let's expressive first. There's the Annex. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't have enough to Annex and Fury here. I think I'm going to still take the Annex. Seize claim where it belongs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. So I can seize claim the forest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can just uptick Chandra here for damage. If I get like another Fury, I'll play it. Shoot, Narset would have been nice. That's a no-go though. All right, cast Fury. This knocks off the Walking Ballista. They probably ping 2 here. Fury's blocking Worm Coil. And we're going from there. Karn in hand. Great liberated one. Ping Chandra. I assume it's double ping Chandra at this point. And it is. All right. Go ahead, opponent. What do you got? Stop in the forest. Stop in the Karn. Why does every turn make me so nervous? It's because I'm not destroying the lands. My opponent has still quite a few lands. They can't O-Stone plus pop it. If they show me an O-Stone, I guess I have to take mine. Gonna attack. Yep. I'm gonna block, obviously. Like to keep Chandra alive. Thank you. They're gaining life anyway here. It would make no sense to let this hit kill and then I start attacking them. So trade Worm Coil for Fury. It's kind of a nice feeling. I'll take it. Bonus Fury here wouldn't be the worst. If they got a Blast Zone, we have Seize Claims on a Forest and a Tower right now. They don't have 2 power plants. They've got to get it up to 2. So Blast Zone's not that scary. Again, Blast Zone's sitting over here in the Serum Powdered world. Can't say I guarantee that they'll have another one. This is enchant land, by the way, not permanent. It's not control magic. Not control magic. There's the O-Stone. Okay. So O-Stone, they can't pop it immediately here. But it is a problem card. All right. Let's start with a cantrip. It's another Annex. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I steal 2 things, my opponent has enough mana to just keep going. I need to hit... Did I bring in... I did not bring in the Abrades. I have to hit the other Pithing Needle here. I could also ice it, and they'll have to blow it up early. 6, 7, 8. And if I do that, they have to blow it up early, and I lose Chandra and the Pithing Needle, but they do this off of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and have 5 mana afterwards. I guess we're exiling here, seeing if I can hit that Prismari command. Or like a Narset. Really dig for it. All right, I will play the Narset. Narset gives me the best chance to find an answer to the O-Stone here. Let's go looking. Found the Pithing Needle. I'll take it. Okay. Land drop. Pithing Needle on Oblivion Stone. And I'm icing a Phyrexian Worm. We know it's Karn. I put Karn away. Karn's not happening. Can't activate the O-Stone, buddy. Had to do it in response. All good. All good. And now they have to choose between Narset and Chandra here. I have to assume they're going to go after Chandra, so I should get another activation here. Keyword should. They think they're going to go attack, but I'm icing. I'm also at 7. Let's not. Uh-oh, I'm getting asked if I'm lucky. Maybe we're just lucky. All right, they attack Chandra. We get to do Narset again here, which I think is really good for us. I don't know what I am really looking for at this point, but we'll see. All right, Chandra down to 3. Getting all the value in this league. All right, so Narset's the first activation here. We don't know what the other card my opponent has. I'd love to start stealing things. I also might have to kill a token here. It was a land. They just played the mine, so they have 2 mines now. They have 8 mana. In a way, they almost should just go ahead and play Karn out just to have it, in case they can get rid of this Pithing Needle at some point. It does expose it so I can start interacting with it. That's the only maybe downside. Okay. Turn coming back. We have a lot of draws here. A lot of Fiery Islet draws, the Narset draws. Jace bounces one of these. Let's go here first. Narset, show me what you got. There's a new Chandra Torch of Defiance, although I like the Tameo, but let's do that. Let's go ahead and down tick here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's play Jace. We can uptick now and begin Fate Sealing. Let's see what they got coming. Oh. I'm going to put that on the bottom. That's a little dangerous. Let's go fetch for another island here. Let's go ahead and put Chandra out. Down tick the other worm here. And pass the turn. All right. Top of the library. Luckily, we got past the Walking Ballista unknown card. They play an Urza's Tower. So they have Karn still. Oh, gosh. All right. Let's take a peek. What do you got? Relic. Okay, I'm going to say no. You can have that. They're cantripping anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's take mine. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's take mine. Uptick, blue, blue. Let's take tower. My lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's that relic. You got it. They're going to probably cantrip this pretty immediately. We're getting there with Jace. We've got Chandra to do things too. New Jace. Probably won't use that. Uptick. What do you got? Worm Coil. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to say no. I'm going to go up here. Steal another land. Here, I'll take this one this time. Steal the land. Let's use our Fiery Islets. Let's use both of them here. Pass turn. Okay, they got Worm Coil, but they only have 5 lands now. Worm Coil's not going to do a whole lot here. There's a Fury. That's nifty. Let's go up here. What do we get for you? Urza's Mine. I'm going to go ahead and use that ability. Up here, we get an Expressive. Let's use Expressive. Let's grab the Force Negation. We can play the land down if we'd like to. I've used everything, right? I'm not going to use the other Jace here. I'm feeling pretty good with a Force now. And we put the Worm Coil down below. This is at 12, so I just need to do this one more turn. Let's go ahead and throw out my Brazen Borrower here for good measure. Uptick, uptick, uptick. Take a peek. You may have that. Put this tapped. Let's do the Jace things. Let's do the Jace things. Oh, what an adventure. What an adventure. It's not a bad one too. Spreading Seas away. Let's go and play new Jace. Keep new Jace. Uptick, see what else you're getting. Ah, it's Karn. You can have Karn back. All right, good games, good games. What a crazy round of Magic we just played. A little chatting in the chat box. They did misplay once that I saw when they cantripped and we had a Narset out, which is funny because that's doing kind of what Ashiok was doing a little bit with the cantrips that Tron does. Obviously, it doesn't stop them from searching, but it does stop them from cantripping, which was kind of interesting. Obviously, Walking Ballista can get rid of that from time to time. Pithing Needle is doing wonders here on the O-Stone. Obviously, Prismari Command was an option as well. Got there in the end, stole a bunch of lands, and my opponent did not get to play Magic. We're 2-0 with a very interesting Super Friends list here in Modern. I think we got to go to match number 3, don't we? We'll see you there. We're on to match 3. We actually just went and got a little bit of lunch because it's a little longer of a league. That being said, we're doing well. We're making it happen. Really using our brain here to pick out our lines. Really enjoying the Narset includes so far. Narset includes been really good. Really, we want to dig, right? We want to get around the C's and the spreadings if we really need to get that punch in at the end. Match 3, here we go. We've beaten up Tron. We get to play first too. That's always good. Let's get it going. Let's see what we can do. Oh boy. I feel like I need to get one of those plasma balls now, considering how this started. Giganta. That is sometimes Tron. We're gonna keep. We have a decent hand here. Sometimes it's Tron, but sometimes it's like Obosh. No, Prowess. Let's find out. Oh, let's do it. Let's do it. I'm gonna start with the C's, spreading C's here. We're ready. Draw those cards. All right, we can get rid of a artifact here as well. We are ready. Oh, yes. Let's get rid of that. Absolutely. Let's see here. Destroy target artifact. Discard 2 cards and destroy. So discard 2, draw 2, and do this. All right, we want the land. I really probably don't need so many bolts. So let's just ditch 2 bolts here and plan for a little bit of a maybe a Chandra Seas claim kind of turn. Now, just like before, we need to worry about how far my opponent's getting here. The O Stone's a little dangerous. Okay. A little worried about that. Let's go ahead and put the Chandra into play, an uptick. Going for damage. Goes over Spire Bluff. Good stuff. All right, we're in a little... We use the Prismari command to get rid of the Expedition map because we don't want them to keep ramping up here. It might take the turn to make Blast Zone 2/2. They put Gigantha to hand. Okay. It's not too bad. Let's go ahead and do a fetch first, thinning the library. I'm going to shock into. I want a little more red. I want to say I uptick here. Spreading Seas, that sounds good. Let's go ahead and hit. And I think we're just gonna pass. I'm looking at the Seas claim like I should do something with this, and at the same time I'm not interested. There's a relic. I don't care about relic. We need to get to this emblem. That's what needs to happen here. I need them to miss land one more time. And I need maybe an answer for O Stone. I don't want to overcommit to the board either, if I don't have to. Looks like they missed the land. All right. With the Chandra going up here, I'm feeling pretty confident we'll navigate this just fine. Let's commit to the board in our set. This can find a Prismari command or something like that. There's an Annex. Let's go ahead and take the Annex and let's go ahead and steal something here. How about that Blast Zone for me? Appreciate it. Pass the turn. Oh, it's so ridiculous. I even have the Blast Zone so that I can activate it. Maybe I just get rid of this. Oh my gosh. All right. How do we do this before? What do we do? Force of Negations and definitely Pithy Needles were brought in. I think I got I didn't have the braids because it was like, oh, I don't have that for an O Stone, and I think I'm going to bring one of those in. I even talked about bringing in, like, I think a Brazen Borrower and the Furies or something like that. All right, Lightning Bolt's out, and the Chandra Awakened Inferno. Let's start there. That's 5. That was these. And I thought I did one of these. Tameo, I don't recall if I kept that or not. I mean, I did the Brazen Borrower because it bounced stuff, but let's go ahead and do a braid this time. And I think I'm good. I think we're going to just run that. Not too many changes here. It feels about right. We know what we're doing against Tron. Cool. I'll keep this. If they lead with a map, I could Pithy Needle the map. We'll just pass. Force of Negation, probably pitch an Expressive Iteration if I did anything. There's a Sylvan Scrying. I'm really tempted to go ahead and do this here. I think I'm going to. I think it's aggressive, but I think I actually like the idea of them not ramping here. Like, it's super aggressive, and if I hit like another spreading or something here, I could theoretically hit the forest. Let's hit the forest. There we go. Everything looking nice and neat. Okay. Chromatic Star. Hit that green mana. Got another green spell here. No. All right. Let's go ahead and fetch. I don't think I'm putting this Pithy Needle in just yet. I could name Karn the Great Creator in the dark. This is where a Spyglass would be a little bit better. I can name an O-Stone here too. Let's just wait until I see a threat. We'll get the power plant this time. Ooh, wish I had another blue spell. Okay. Blue spell would be great here. That would be my second force. This would be showcasing the forces this game versus the other cards. They didn't hit anything with the star that they immediately used. Kind of hoping that they don't have another land, but chances are they do, right? Maybe they had a... Oh, no, because they would have used the green mana. All right, we have 4 mana. There's the O-Stone. So we can name O-Stone, leave negation open if we want. That's not bad. Not bad, not looking too... Oh, steal stuff. I love stealing stuff. I love stealing stuff. I feel like I steal stuff here. Gets this further away? Absolutely. I want to land next turn. Thank you. I could have even done with the Pithy Needle. I'm going to assume they would tap in response. Oh, there's tower. Uh-oh. Maybe the annex was too soon. Maybe it was too soon. I don't think it was too soon. All right. This is for 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do 1, 2, 3. Let's do Pithy Needle here. Naming Oblivion Stone. And let's go ahead and put a Chandra down as well. Pass turn. We can force if there's like a real danger card here. Shoot, they got it. They have Tron. All right. Are we dead? Uh-oh. Wow. Oh, I can't force that one. I can't force that one. Puts Giganta to hand as well. So we got a Worm Coil to deal with. We can kill that. We could ice it as well. There's a few things we can do with that. All right, let's start with a good Narset. So another ice. Another Narset. Let's go for another Narset here. And then let's take this and go just damage and pass turn. And I think we're just going to have to ice this and maybe force something and then play off the Narset. This one's a little bit tougher. They did find an extracted Tron. We got excited. It's got an ice Worm Coil. If I get to force with like something else, that would be nice. I'd like to use more Narsets. Relic we're gonna let go. Drawing isn't a thing for them. Maybe they'll remember. 7 mana, another Worm Coil. Okay. A bunch of Worm Coils is not exactly the best thing for us. They draw at the right time. Good job. All right, there's a Fury. There's a Fury. Let's start with Narset. Okay, there's an Abrade. Can I get the Chandra to work here? I believe we can. So we're going to put the Abrade in hand, up for mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is for Fury. Fury hits, but the idea is Fury is actually going to be a blocker, and we're going to Abrade the other Worm Coil. This will give us a Chandra at 7. And fingers crossed with Chandra at 7, we can do enough damage. My opponent's going to gain 6. There's a Sanctum of Ugin. I'm gonna have to force this. Oh, it's Ulamog. There's nothing to force. It's Ulamog. Dang it. There's a line there where you could have taken the annex that we saw. Stolen like the tower. I'm not really sure what I can do against an Ulamog. I'd have to ice it several turns. We probably are out of this one. I think I'm going to concede here. I don't see what we can do because we're just dying to all this. They should just kill me, right? If I kill one of these, I go to 12, and then they have the Ulamog I can't really deal with. Scalding Tarn, we can look. These deep, 4 deep. Tameo and Spreading Seas isn't going to do it. Can't get rid of this. And I would have killed one of these maybe with the Abrade, but they have the other one. All right, good concede. Good concede. I'm feeling like the extra Abrade is probably not a bad idea. So let's get that in. I'm going to take one of the expressives out. Yes. Artifact removal is probably good. Let's give it a shot. Give it a shot. We have a lot of ways to get rid of the Tron lands. Opponent found all the Tron lands this time. We tried to force the earlier Sylvan Scrying to make that difficult, and even doing so did not pay off. Here we go. We can do this. We can do this. It's Tron. We're supposed to beat Tron, right? 2 Spreading Seas, 1 land. Gonna mulligan this one. Tameo Annex Jace. It's kind of a long way away. Let's mulligan that as well. All right. Keep this. Let's get rid of... I kind of want to keep this Jace. Pithy Needle is obviously pretty decent too. I feel like we can do a lot with the Jace if we can get there. So maybe I get rid of this and I get rid of a land. Man. Let's get rid of the Pithy Needle. Let's get rid of a land. This way I can ice and seize claim. And hopefully that draw will be enough. I feel good now seeing that there's just a star over there. I'm gonna I think ice first. Stop an Ancient Stirrings here. Also stopping a Sylvan Scrying. They play a land, they can still Ancient. And then I can see what land they get here. And then I can appropriately seize claim something else. Just a star. All right. Well, I think we go after both of these. Really mess them up here. They've got to get all their Tron pieces again. And then we'll work on Jace here. The forest. There's that star as well. Cantrips. All right. If they missed land here, maybe. Well, I don't know if they've missed a land, I guess. Appear to have maybe a Sylvan Scrying. Let's do Desolate. Let's go ahead and Jace. I think we're going to 0 here. I think we need the card advantage now. Get that card advantage going. Narset land, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Find a spreading seas, get rid of this forest. Or find an annex. I guess if I had this, no. All right, they claim away a seas claim. Nifty, nifty. All right, getting their tower unlocked. It's an O stone. Opponent misses a land drop. Let's fetch. We're going to put Narset down first. Look for a answer. Annex is a pretty good answer, but Spreading Seas would take them off the forest. So I think I'm going to go with the Spreading Seas first. Let's see what they're drawing. They're drawing a land. I'm going to go ahead and say, put that to the bottom. I'll give you something different than a land. Spreading Seas, the forest. Pass the turn. Seas claim's good here. We do have an O stone that could kill us. Let's see if they hit the land. They hit a map. And they use the map. I might have to really super dig here for something to get rid of this O stone. Annex does stop this a little bit because I can take a land. So let's go here. Let's take a new annex. Let's go up, see what you're drawing. It's another map. Yeah, let's put the map to the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's annex the tower. Sounds good. Tap, land, and pass. We're annexing because O stone's a problem. If we can get Jace there, we're going to get Jace there. The map was a new land, and I'm trying to keep them off 5. They claim the annex to get their land back. It's tapped, though. Do they have another land here? They play map. They're battling. They're battling. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's look at the top here. I'm going to say no if they don't use map. Then they get to draw a Sylvan Scrying, which is a blank. Yes. All right. They went through draw phase. I left the card there. They can't use Sylvan Scrying because of the forest covered here. We're almost there with Jace. Uses map. We are in a pickle here. This Oblivion Stone could... Oh, all right. So the Sylvan Scrying means they'll have enough for O stone here next turn. And I've already used 2 annexes. I'd have to find another annex here. There's a Fury. Zero first? Do I loot first? 1, 2, 3, and then loot. Doesn't leave me the uptick with the Chandra. Let's uptick Chandra. There we go. I found the annex. We're good. A little lucky. A little lucky there. Not really sure why I just did that. Should have upticked with Jace. Little brain fart there. Karn the Great Creator. Makes this into a 3/3. Well, that's interesting. I can now shoot that with Chandra. Now I feel really great. I can also kill it with Fury. Or I can hit the Karn for 4 with Fury. I like this. This is, I think, a terrible play by them. Goes after Narset because they have cantrips in hand. Wow. I'm not entirely sure what what to say about this. Let's draw some more cards here. Shuffle. Let's Desolate Lighthouse here. I feel like I'm just killing here and then playing a Fury down. I feel like I've played this a little bit strange, and at the same time, I think I'm okay now that my opponent kind of goofed up here. They have a Karn at 2. I've killed the O-Stone, which was a problem card if they get a 5th land there. They're going to go get something, but I'm assuming it's going to be Spyglass or, like, Pithy Needle. Elixir. Absolutely. Absolutely. You go for it. Have at that. All right. I feel good here now. I think we can win now from here. Fetch Shock. Let's use Desolate Lighthouse here before we get going. I don't think I need to seize claim anymore. I really don't need a land, though. Uptick with Chandra. That would have been nice. Uptick here. See what they're getting. If it's not a land, I'm going to just be whatever. All right, we're back in this game. We're back. We're trying to be back. Opponent, you there? Hopefully they're there. I don't agree with Elixir. I would assume they have some sort of Spyglass or whatever. I guess I'm a little confused. Let's just say okay to that. You can have that card. That's fine. Attack for 3, technically 6. I'm going to go ahead and seize claim the forest here, or spreading seas or something. It's a little bit more overcommitted, but now they don't have green mana. Fair enough. Fair enough. They stopped us. Little veil action. I got. They drew an extra card. Claims here. Okay. Still tapped. Sphere. Convert to green and claim this. They're doing everything. They do. They claim the last one. Wow. They got everything. And then 3 mana to put down. Please not O-Stone. Giganta to hand. All right. Pithy Needle. Let's uptick Chandra. Desolate Lighthouse. Getting rid of Jace. Fiery Islet. Let's cantrip that. Let's go ahead and spreading seas here. Let's go ahead and seize claim here. Pithy Needle, Oblivion Stone. There. Attack. And we'll up with Jace. I think they have too many things to worry about here. We're going to give them the potential of green mana here. They already have it over here in the forest, but we've already seen 2 Nature's Claim. No, 2 Nature's Claims. There's Giganta. I don't see how we lose, though. Okay, 5 cards. Use Desolate. Desolate's been great, by the way. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Little Tameo action. Let's keep down this. Let's uptick here. And pass the turn and done with the match. Oh. All right, we ran into Tron twice. It's a little rough for them. Force of Negation's doing decently here. Didn't work very well in game number 2. They did have a lot of Nature's Claims, so as we're stealing cards, they stole back. Little lucky there with the Oblivion Stone. I think they should have tried to get to that 5th mana, blown up everything, and then they would have taken over the game. But Oblivion Stone probably needs to be named with the Pithy Needle. Now they're having to claim the Pithy Needle, but also claim all your annexes as you're stealing. And Annex is really good because it's that land destruction that we get it. It's a little bit risky. They could grab it back like we saw, but worked out for us. We got there. We're 3-0. Match 4 is next. Match 4 begins right here. Let's cue it up. 3-0. Doing some interesting things with the Izzet Superwalkers and just claiming all the lands. That's all we're doing. We're seas claiming and spreading seas. Narset's been stellar. I do like not having so many Chandras, and the occasional Fury's been beneficial as well. I'm convinced. We've upgraded this. If you're not convinced, get on board. Let's get to match number 4 here. YouTube exclusive, by the way. If you're enjoying yourself on this channel, subscribing just lets you get that notification when we put a new video up. We put them up pretty frequently. They're usually stream replays. So if you can't catch our streams live on Twitch, you can obviously catch videos and replays here. It's pretty much the same style. We talk through our lines. This one, you just get a cool, pretty picture down there instead of Twitch chat, which sometimes that's a nice thing. Match 4, queued up. Opponent here. Let's play some Magic. League's already paid for itself. It's great. It's fun. It's been a joy. Let's see if we can get even better here. I'm playing first. Painful. Only downside to playing, I think, 3 of these. I probably would cut 1 at this point. We draw them a little too frequently. But let's roll. What's our opponent playing? No companion. Polluted Delta. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Blue mana. Well, I feel like I'm going to go ahead and tap that down. This tempo play has been really good. Take the extra land, and now I can spreading and claim. Woo! Let's go for it all, right? Spreading seas first. Claim second. Have some blue mana, opponent. Have some blue mana. Ooh, Sunken. Sunken's pretty good. Sunken could do some things to us. All right. I think I want to spreading seas, but I think I've got to go for Jace or Chandra here. They probably have a counter spell, right? Let's try Jace. I'm betting there's a counter spell over there. There it is. Rather than counter than draw. Obviously, a lot of blue mana is being played here. All right, they got another counter spell probably. Let's go ahead and pass. Leave Prismari up to get us a little more mana, maybe ping something. Notice they're not fetching anymore. All right. Let's try to make that treasure token and try to loot a little bit here. I'm gonna get rid of the spreading seas. I don't feel like it's as needed anymore. Let's go ahead and lead with an expressive iteration. Maybe that'll get them. The answer's no. Into hand, bottom. Let's try to spreading seas here. Opponent's okay with that. They don't care. They don't care. And because they have a bunch of fetch lands, I don't know what I'm doing with these annex here. Goes after the Archmage Charm. Are they going to fetch? All right. Gonna need our counter spells for this matchup. This one's gonna be a little bit tough. Very blue based. This is one thing we were afraid of. This is probably where Marin has all the Chandra Awakened Infernos, and it's in case you run into something like this. Luckily, we have some Furies we can bring in. We get the Brazen Borrows. We got some counter spells. We're gonna have to make do with what we got here. Jace pretty good. They have just counterspell here? Probably. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. See if we can get a Narset to resolve. If that doesn't resolve, I'm going to try to get the Chandra down. I think if I can sneak the Chandra under the counter spells, we have a shot here. Haven't seen too much. We do probably have to kill, though. All right. By the way, Narset's kind of fun against the Jace. We don't have a Teferi, unfortunately. If I could steal the Hallowed Fountain, I'd feel really good, but I don't know if we're going to get there. I'm going to try to tap it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can play Tamiyo plus Narset. All right, let's lead with an Narset, I think. I can almost guarantee you they have counter spells. And then let's go ahead and try to steal the Hallowed Fountain here. Counterspell number 2. And then we'll work on Tamiyo next. Snapcaster, drown the lock here, and then this attacks me for 2. If I... Oops. If they're able to counter any way I have to interact with the Snapcaster, we're in trouble. They're just doing the draw 3 cards. An early Narset would be good against them. This is a matchup, by the way, that Seize Claim can probably come out. But hey, there's one. We'll get him. See if they care about their white at all here. They float white. Wonder if this is like for Solitude. The whole Esper thing is definitely a problem for us. A lot of blue. Draws 2 cards. Tamiyo? Keep this tab down? You don't have a counterspell? Here comes the quick league match. Oh, they even have Cryptic Command. Well, I need a kill spell here, and I'll probably need 2 of them. They've got 7, 8 cards. See, they're even playing Spreading Seas. They don't care. They're just like, Fluffy, I don't care what you're doing over there. Do whatever you want. Makes me smile, though. Makes me smile. Sideboard, we're going to be bringing in the Furies, Mystical Disputes, Force of Negation, Brazen Borrowers, and Pithy Needles. Maybe even the Relics. We don't need the Claims. We don't need the Fire and Ices. We don't need any of that fancy stuff. Draw here. Well, we'll try to kill it. We kill it, we win. Not really. We're alive, but I don't feel very good about it. I don't feel very good about it. Let's see if they have a different win condition. That gives us more information for game number 2. Right now, I would name Teferi for my Pithy Needle, but maybe I need to name Little Teferi. I have a feeling they have Little Teferi. They have a Spreading Seas here. Counters. I'll just play the land. If you got the Snapcasters, snap it in. That works too. All right, Kaya's Guile is an interesting one. Very Esper in colors. Okay, so Furies are coming in. Mystical Disputes, Brazen Borrowers, Forces of Negation, and Pithy Needles. Grab everything. Seas Claim, probably a no-go. Spreading Seas, maybe, but probably not. We're going to keep maybe some Fire and Ices to tempo. I don't mind the idea of an Annex or two. So you notice that I'm having to probably take most of this out to have interaction. And I think that's just how it's going to have to be. I don't mind like a pair of relics here either for Snapcaster. Let's take two bolts out. All right, this is, yes, where we would like 3 Chandra Awakened Infernos. We're not going to get that lucky every time. I need another land here. Mulligan? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. We'll keep a couple Furies here. A lot of counter spells I'm sure I've got to get through. Narset is not a bad pickup. It'll start pressuring if they're not able to counter it. Fetching now in case they wanted to play something out. Just jam it out. They got to counter it. I know they've got it. We know they have it. Counter spell. Go. Had to mull a little bit. Unfortunate game 2. Let's see if they got that Teferi. The answer is no so far. Pass turn. Got some Furies. Maybe they'll play Jace down. They don't know how many counter spells I'm playing. You got it. Spread and Seas. Ooh. Now I have a counter spell. I think we wait. I think we wait. We give it a shot here. If I draw a land here, we'll go for one of these. With the Mystical Dispute backup. They got Solitude. Solitude would kind of be rough here. Fetch Hallowed Fountain here and get a Solitude. Oh, Triome. All right. I mean, Fury does attack pretty rapidly. Vindicate. Oh my gosh. They're land destruction too. All right. End step. We'll ice. Tap a land down. And I guess we don't have anything to fight over just yet. Not a whole lot to fight over just yet. Let's pass. Controller pays 3. They have 3. Maybe Archmage Charm is a better upgrade instead of Mystical Dispute. The idea is it's supposed to be a cheap spell. Let's try to bolt Snapcaster. See if they want to counter this. They're going to use their Archmage Charm here. Wonder if I fight this. I think I go for this. They're drawing a lot of cards. It slows them down a little bit. Might even just throw the Brazen Borrow in trying to attack my opponent. Oh, Teferi. Oh, Teferi. Big Hero of Dominaria. Counters the Petty Theft. They untap. Awaken Inferno would be great here. It's a bolt. Cast Fury. Drown the Lock. I feel like I'm supposed to just bolt this to keep it kind of close in case I top deck a bolt. Oh no, you have a Spell Pierce, don't you? Okay. Basic Plains. We're kind of running out of ammunition though. And this is a great example where if we don't have blue, if we don't have an answer to this strategy, a counter heavy deck, we do have to consider some things in our sideboard. So we'll work on that in the post dealio. Wow, Colonnade. The Relic. I'll take a Relic. They're going to counter a Relic. They have another counter spell. Guaranteed. All right. What are you going to do? Attack me? I think they boot up Colonnade here. Attack. I'm really at the mercy of just they're getting 2 draws a turn, and I'm behind. Yep. Have 6 mana. Looks good. Looks good. You got me, opponent. Pretty confident we're dead. Let's test it. One more counter spell. Snappy Counterspell. Snappy Counterspell attacks for 6. 3-turn clock. The game's going quick enough. I'll make them finish it out. Going quick enough here. Plenty of lands. I thought about playing maybe Keranos. That'd be kind of an interesting one to play in the list. I don't know if it would be very good, but just kind of an interesting possible include. That's a redraw. I'm ready to concede. Opponent's got it. We're going 3-1 going into the final match. 0-2 against Esper Control. We did not find our Pithy Needles. We took out most of our blue hate, and I think that's the correct line still. They just start preventing and fetching only to respond to it, and then there are cards that aren't getting us there. So this top deck would need to be Spreading Seas or something. Let's, for good fun, let's try to steal it. For good fun. You have to be ahead of this opponent. You got to be ahead of your blue base control matchup. And maybe we do play a few extra Chandra Awakened Infernos, but maybe we put them in the sideboard. We'll talk about that at the end. We're 3-1. Let's not be down about it. Let's get that final match. Match number 5 coming up next. 3-1. Final match here. It has been a pleasure to play this one. Whether we go 3-2 here or 4-1, I can say with honesty, it's been an absolute blast. Looking forward to someone else picking this up or a few others playing this a little bit more. If you happen to run into a lot of control in your meta, though we'll talk about at the end, maybe Tamiyo, maybe an extra Awakened Inferno if there's a lot of control, maybe some counter spells here, or something a little bit more aggressive instead of maybe the Abrades. But you got Hammer Time, play the Abrades. That being said, focus, match 5, Force of Will, 95 our opponent. We're playing first. Let's go. Luris opponent. We're back to Luris. Let's leave with a Spire Bluff and pass the turn. This will be an interesting one. Keeping it because I have the Lightning Bolt and I have a Narset in the face of good old Luris. And it might be potentially Hammer Time here. Not going to kill that. I don't want them to draw extra cards just yet. We'll pass the turn. Okay. This is going to be an interesting one. We'll probably have Force of Negation coming in sideboard. We need to make sure they don't have too many creatures out there. Too many hammer opportunities. That's no-go. Pure Steel Paladin actually might be worth the kill here. While Esper Sentinel lets them draw, we can worry about that later. Pure Steel Paladins, not fun. Let's get rid of that. Jace is pretty cool too. All right, Narset here. They draw one extra. We're hoping they don't have just the Wombo combo here. Let's do Narset. Let's get... I think the Fire and Ice is probably just better because if they don't have a way to grow Esper Sentinel here, Fire and Ice could kill it. We can also use Jace to bounce it. Memnite. Deep breaths, deep breaths. Stoneforge, okay. So far, I am okay with everything that has happened. Albeit scared. Sigarda's Aid. It's getting scary. All right, they attack for a little bit here. We're gonna use Narset. Let's start. Let's get a mountain. We're pretty confident we're gonna need maybe double red at some point here. So mountain. Let's go ahead and use Narset. A bolt would be great. No bolts, but another Fire and an Ice. What we can do here, I could clear the board. I'm really tempted to do this. Let's go ahead and fire. Yeah, they're gonna draw an extra card here. That's fine. And then we'll fire these two as well. Board nice and clear. We have Chandra down tick, that's a thing. Opponent can't draw extra cards. That being said, they play one creature and then they just get to hammer it, so we might have to do Jace bounce instead. We're hoping for nothing hasty. Black-white typically doesn't have hasty stuff. That's 4 creatures down. Pure Steel, Memnite, Esper, and Stoneforge. So that's good. Wonder what that does for us. Oh. They don't get to draw extra cards, though. They get to put this on there, but they don't get to draw. So I guess it's going to be Jace, because that's a 12-12. That's really big. Big danger. Big danger paladin. Do a little Jace. Bouncy, bouncy. All right. Hammer is off. The first creature we see. Next. Ink Moth. Really bad to see. I need like a bolt or something. Here comes Pure Steel Paladin again. Am I gonna have to bounce this? Oh no, they have 2 creatures. Spring Leaf Drum, okay. Kill, bounce. Probably what has to happen here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chandra. Let's kill, bounce, and hope Ink Moth doesn't ruin our day. We'll play Spire Bluff. Drawing with the Fiery Highlight probably doesn't do a whole lot here. Fingers crossed. And it's funny because we just need a claim for this. Seize, claim, or spreading seas. Don't have a hammer in hand, please, opponent. I left red open. They don't like that. Do they go for it? No. No. Oh. All right, we got through 5 creatures here. We didn't have enough to kill the last creature. Unfortunately, we could have done something with maybe Jace, but if they get a big creature there, I don't know what we're doing. There's the lightning bolt. We needed like one more turn to annex to steal as well. Maybe instead of a bounce, I'm supposed to look for cards. It's really hard to say though, because if we look for cards and then they have like 2 hammers or something like that, you know, it's gonna be tough. But we got answers. So Abrades, Forced Negations, Brazen Borrowers, and Furies are coming in for this matchup. We're going to get Chandra out of here. Going to do the Expressive Iterations. I think Tamio probably has to go. And now what? Seize Claim is decent. Prismari Command's pretty good. Narset's alright. Let's get rid of a Narset. Let's get rid of an Annex. We have the claims and stuff like that. Let's get rid of one Seize Claim and one more Annex. You know what? Seize Claim and get rid of one more Annex. All the Annexes. We have lots of spot removal. That's how we have to play this one. I could bring Pithing Needle in for Ink Moth, but I think we're going to have the claims and the Spreading Seas to take care of that. Speaking of, we'll keep this hand. Go a fetching. We got a Braid. We got Claim. We got a game. Let's play Magic. Match 5. Come on, we can win this. Silent Clearing and Esper Sentinel. Let's shock in here, and I'm actually going to go ahead and claim this and pay. I can kind of get around this, and I have the Abrade to kill the creature, so they never draw with this. And if that was their only white and they have like Ink Moth, then they're not going to get a Sigarda's Aid. You know, small things, small victories. They didn't expect that, did they? Oh, there's Ink Moth. Kind of wish this was over here now. But no Sigarda's Aid. Cranial Plating, okay. Maybe they'll boot up and I can fire both of these. Oh, man. Fluffy asking for a lot. Fluffy asking for a lot, but I'm allowed to ask for a lot. The Saga. Funny enough, this might be stopping them. Come on. Attach and boot this up. Let's go. Just boot this up first, then attach. I'm waiting here. I know they're going to draw. I'm trying to wait as long for the Ink Moth maybe to show up here. No dice, but we're going to go ahead and kill some stuff. Let's go ahead and fire away 2 things. I'm not paying for this. I like that they placed this on the creature first and then played things. I think that was very smart. Very smart indeed. All right, about the only thing off the top that would probably make me want to play anything is like a Seize Claim here. There's a hammer. All right, Scalding Tarn. Just play that down, pass the turn. Got a Braid, got the fire, got the ice. They do not. Well, they can activate in a little bit. Save the Abrade if we can for the token. I could even Chandra down tick this token at this point. Just put tapped. Let's go ahead and fire this, I think. You know what? I'm going to take the 1 and then fire at the end step. That way, if they have another X1 creature, a Memnite or something, I don't lose the opportunity to kill that as well. That is a funny card to have drawn. I could take their Ink Moth. I kind of like taking their Ink Moth and not this, because I don't have anything to get with that. Come here, Ink Moth. Okay. Does let them have the construct. They don't make another construct. That's important. They get another artifact, and then they get to put this on top of the construct token. So we are going to take a decent amount here, but maybe I get to now Jace uptick here, and I'll have the Abrade to kill something more at instant speed. That's kind of my dealio. And you know, if they start gaining a ton of life some random place, we got Ink Moth. We got the blocker. Float your mana. Oh, they're choosing a card from the library. Okay, Shadow Spear. There's that gain life thing that I talked about. Hook up Cranial Plating. Hit me for 8. Oh, shoot. Okay. That got scary for a second. I was like, Sigarda's 8 hammer, I'm toast. All right, they're not attaching anything, so I'm taking less damage here. Top deck land would be very nice, because then I can Abrade and Jace bounce, which would be more than ideal. Combat, attack for 4, going to 9. All right, we do hit the land. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go ahead and Jace, bounce. I'll leave the Stoneforge there. Pretty confident I should be able to interact with this Stoneforge. Another Saga. Hopefully I'll get a Spreading Seas for that. Well, I'm going to interact here. So here's the question. Do I kill that? I'm going to name Jace, right? But I want something for this. Ugh. Opponent, you're making this hard for me. Jace the Mind Sculptor's named. Okay. Hooks up a plating. It's feeling like this Abrade's going to have to go to the... My Jace does not have hexproof anymore. Look at all that doesn't have hexproof. It's kind of like weirding me out here. All right. I want to kill the Pithy Needle here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. If I kill the Pithy Needle, I get to dig for something to answer this. I can still Chandra down tick. It's going to 5 okay here. Wow, it's a risk. It's a risk I'm willing to take. I think it's our best chance. Destroy Pithy Needle. Okay. Well, it sucks. It was right on top. It was right on top. All right. Let's draw cards. Wow, they're both on top. Play a land down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chandra. Down tick Stoneforge seems good. Spreading Seas over here. Still gives them white mana, but looking okay. We'll hopefully get that white mana next. Urza Saga died. Poof. Dead. All right, no big whammies here, please. Oh, another plains. That's kind of like a big whammy. It's kind of like a big whammy. All right, puts Luris to hand. That's good for us. Good for us. Do we have something? They're trying to do something. It's scaring me. Whatever they're doing. All right, 0 here. So we just play Mountain. Let's do Island Mountain. I'm just going to uptick here. I don't want the one card. We'll Spreading Seas. Land, Seas Claim. And let's go Infect. Let's go. Hit him for one. Gotta save the Fury here. Fury's a great way to kill creatures that do show up. Since my Chandra is sitting at 2 right now. There's a Sentinel. See? Gotta kill it. Hammer. A lot of hammers. That's a lot of hammers. Lurrus and something else in my opponent's hand. Non-creature spell. First non-creature. Connects it on here. So 2/2. Bolt's nifty. Let's go up damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's cast Fury. Kill this. Let's go up, look at them. I'm gonna give them the land because I know they have Lurrus, and maybe they'll play Lurrus here, and they have like a Mem Knight, I guess they can go get, and I can use Chandra to get rid of that, and then they won't have creatures. Like a little bit risky. Oh, they had a Godless Shrine too as well. All right, Silent Clearing plus this Godless Shrine. Or apparently this was just gonna happen anyway. All right. What do they want? It's got to be Mem Knight, right? I guess they could do a Pithy Needle here, but I'm not so scared about a Pithy Needle. If they do Pithy Needle, I might cantrip the Fiery Islet here. They're thinking about it too. They're like, well, I can't get Esper or Stoneforge. I have Silent Clearing in hand, so you know, they're like, I hate Jace. All right, let's cantrip the Fiery Islet. Doesn't get rid of the Silent Clearing, unfortunately, but does stop Godless Shrine here. Pithy Needle's going to name one of our Planeswalkers. They might have to name Chandra because Chandra could kill Lurrus. Name's Jace. Okay. All right, I'm gonna bolt this. We know it's Silent Clearing. Okay. On we go. No more Jaces. Kind of don't want to use that. Start with a Spreading Seas. Draw a new card. Draw a new card. I'm going to go ahead and ice here. Here, we'll tap that. I kind of want to just draw cards because Fury is enough to win with. I know they're top decking they have Silent Clearing plus whatever they top deck here. There is a couple problematic cards like well, Inkmoth's a little bit problematic. Pure Steel Paladin would be. So they have Silent Clearing because this Jace, and they haven't played it. This was the very first Silent Clearing. Yeah, it revealed it. It's sitting over here. Because they wouldn't have revealed this card. Now they can defend with Inkmoth. I probably have to defend with my Inkmoth. Concession. All right. Chandra goes up here. I top deck an Abrade as well. I kill this. I kill them. All right. We got to go to game 3 for the final game. Seems fitting enough. I want to steal more Inkmoths. I think we're good. We have... I'm pretty confident this is what we want. The Paladin is the scariest thing out there. We have enough artifact removal in the Furies. And we're gonna take the lands. We're gonna take them. No spot removal, but we can claim and Spreading Seas. I am going to risk it all on this. This is what the deck was meant to be doing. Let's give it the last hurrah here. Let's give it the true chance to shine. Opponent mulls to 6 and appears to keep... There's an Ink Moth. We'll be grabbing that. Let's do a fetch here too. Less lands to draw. Ink Moth, hopefully taken care of here. Next card, please. There's a Plains. 2 mana, Stoneforge. Okay. Hammer. Good old Jace the Mind Sculptor. Spreading Seas the Plains. Okay. It's looking dicey. Silent Clearing. All right, Thoughtseize. I was a little scared. I was like, wow, they're going to have it. They're going to have double hammer plus Sigarda's Aid, but we dodged it. We dodged. Maybe they have Pure Steel Paladins. I'd take the Narset here. Wow. I get to keep the Narset. I like that. What else you have? Maybe this will explain it. Pithy Needle and Narset? Two mana? Not 2 mana. Just kidding. 2 mana. Not... Can't put anything... I mean, the hammer can come into play, but it's not attaching yet. All right, what we're going to do here is Narset. If I happen to find a red spell, I might use it. Let's use it. Let's use it. It's too dangerous not to, I think. This is why I brought the Furies in. This is why I have them. My opponent just aids and hammers. We know the hammer's there. If they have the creature, we're just donezo. Clear it out. We get to look another 4 deep for interaction. Looks good. This is where we want to be. Cost us a few cards there, but board's nice and clear. No double white. It's back. Stoneforge is back. Another hammer, I assume. Double hammers. All right. So as soon as Sigarda's Aid does show up, we're toast. Okay, we can take care of the silent. Can we get a spot removal? Force. Okay. Let's claim so they don't have any white mana, and we have force. That would stop an aid. So we got something. They know about the force, but we got something. I accept this. I'm really nervous, though. They're getting ready to do a Pure Steel Paladin, I think. Obviously doesn't go after Narset. No surprise, no surprise. I want to draw here. I'll draw after the fact. You know what? Let's just use Desolate Lighthouse as our draw engine here. We have it in the list for this kind of reason. Once we stall out in a game. There's a Concealed Courtyard. That's white mana. Cranial Plating. Draw. Okay. Drawing the fire doesn't make it feel as scary anymore. I can fire away the Stone Forge here when they attach. I like to draw, but firing away. Clear. Cool. All right. Really, really, really nervous about another white source here. Because they have 3 artifacts out there. I need to find another thing for this concealed courtyard. Oh my gosh, it was an ink moth. Oh gosh, it's a Stone Forge. Please stop, opponent. Please stop. Another hammer. Oh, you're gonna just... That's fine. Oh my gosh. We're one toasty goodness away from losing this one. All right. We're going to go ahead and commit to the board here. I don't like this too much, but I get to kill the creature. I know they have an ink moth there. I'm going to play the Polluted Delta and represent maybe a spot removal. If they have the Sigarda's Aid, at least they've already played 3 hammers. So like it's unlikely Sigarda's Aid Inkmoth Hammer, very unlikely. So I'm hoping to like dodge one nastiness here. And I think the nastiest thing I can run into right now is actually extra planes, Pure Steel Paladin, attach. So let's not run into that. How about? Any other creature I think I'm okay with. Oh gosh. Every time they start tapping. Okay, you can do that. What are you going to do with this ink moth? It's a 6/1. I do need a removal for this. Because otherwise I will die. So I do need to interact with the ink moth too. We do have answers to it. Oh, gotta do this. All right, we need something to interact at instant speed with an ink moth or a spreading/seize claim here. We have a couple of those already out here. We need to find some of our burn spells. I'm assuming this is gonna name Jace. They might name Desolate Lighthouse here, which might be a really good one. Chandra Torch of Defiance is named. Come on, find an answer. Come on, find an answer. It's an answer. It's an answer. It's a really good answer, too. I cannot play the Fury here. We have to answer the Ink Moth. Oh gosh, another Marsh Flats. There's the Paladin. Boot up that Ink Moth. Yes. They needed to attach something to Pure Steel first. Now I get to hit Artifact and Creature. I'm trying to think if there's anything that can hurt me here. I don't think it can. 2 damage and Artifact. So this is the 2 damage. This is the Artifact. Ooh, a little lucky there. Needed to put one of those on there. I guess if they go for that, then I just kill anyway. But then they boot up Ink Moth that they had, and then they attach Cranial Plating. Very lucky there. Not totally out of it just yet. They could run a runner on the Pure Steel, but if I hit a bolt here, I kill them. Spreading Seas is going to make it really hard for them to hit runner though. Could get a Trump Blocker. But it's got to be a magical Trump Blocker. An absolute amazing Trump Blocker is what's needed. We're looking at a 4-1 here. Izzet Superfriends in Modern? Come on. Let's go. Little needed a little love and a little mistake there at the end. And got it. 3-2 or 4-1. I'll let you decide. We got there. Izzet Superfriends? The Ponza kind of like twist in Modern. We'll see you, all of you, in the conclusion to wrap it up. 4-1. Izzet Superfriends spreading the seas across the lands here in Modern. We took Marin Moons, upgraded it, and with the donation appreciated by Hoodwink and Sam, once again, thank you also for the patience, as that donation came in a little while ago. I think you got your money's worth. I'm just going to say, I normally don't say that, but that was a fun league. Things worked out really nicely. There's a couple of things that probably could be upgraded one more time, but in spirit of what this list is trying to do in terms of basically spreading the seas all over your opponent's lands, it got the job done, and it got it done against 2 Lurrus, Hammer Time, and against the not a Grixis, that would have been different, against the red-black version, barely. And we did take down 2 Tron matchups as well. Only really falling to that control matchup, which, let's be honest, if they're a blue control player, they're not going to care too much. So, if you run into a lot of that, maybe an extra Chandra, Awakened Inferno, or something more aggressive, your Rabble Master, your Eidolons that I like in Red Prison, or take a look at what control matchups do against each other. Now, keep in mind, we're not in white, so we don't have the Flash of the Solitude. We do have Fury, which is nice, but we don't also have Teferi. We're not playing a lot of counter spells either, so maybe look at what Blue Moon does. This is where, maybe we have a couple counter spells we bring in, and maybe we play a little bit of that Kiki Jiki, Seaver Exarch, but Solitude could take care of that. Think about it. What did we like? What did we dislike? Seas Claim, Spreading Seas, they did what they're supposed to, and I actually kind of grew to loving the annexes a little bit more. Tamio, I love you, Moon Sage. I love you, dude. Too much, but I think she's got to go. I think you can do better. Play an extra Chandra, an extra Jace, maybe an Awakened Inferno if you really want to, or bring this Fury in and beef up your sideboard. Prismari Commands did well. Expressive Iterations did well. Narset was an absolute crazy, amazing card. Did tons more than I expected it to. I'm glad I put it in there. This card I wouldn't leave home without for this sort of thing going on. Just really did some really crazy, awesome things for the list. So I like that quite a bit. Land-based did fine. I didn't see too many problems with that. I did mention that maybe you cut 1 Fiery Islet at one point, and this is just because I seem to run into more of them than I thought I would, running 3. You could maybe put 1 other utility land in there. The Hall, the new 7/7 ward creature, it's Hall something. Let's find it really quick. It's the Hall of Storm Giants. You could play that. That would be kind of a nice, it's a tap land when it comes in later, but that could be a nice finisher if you need that. I liked actually the Desolate Lighthouse here. Trial cards, maybe Keranos in place of Tamio for some card draw as well. Never hurt. Kind of fun to have bolts come off of that as well. Generally speaking, though, it's a fun list. and I really, really did enjoy it. So Hoodwinked, Sam, with your plasma ball, those things are sweet. Bringing the energy, bringing the hot stuff here in Modern. Thank you so much. If you want to be like them, check out the description for how to donate. We're going to be changing the donation rules around in February, which I don't expect this to go up in February. I should get it up faster. But if they do, you might see a little bit of different wording on that. So go check it out. And with that, I think I'm done with the blue-red here. Hopefully, and maybe, we'll play it on stream. Who knows? It was quite a blast. Till next time, everyone. This is Fluffy Wolf. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the streams. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 7 o'clock Central Standard Time.